Hi everyone. Today I'd like to share just a little bit about relationships. What can you do to sustain a relationship? Okay? Just like money, you could get the money, you can manifest the money, but sustaining the state of wealth is a completely different thing. All right? You can manifest someone you love, getting them in your reality, getting them in your experience. But if you are to sustain that relationship, you have to continue doing the work. You have to control your self-talk. Now, I've been in a relationship for the past 15 years. And quite frankly, just like any other relationship, at the beginning, the first few years, I wasn't spiritual then. Things were hard. We had ups and downs and arguments, and we even separated for a while. And it was because of me. It was always because of me. My girl was always loyal, always focused. She would never say anything bad about me. Sometimes I would eavesdrop, come back home and she's talking to her sisters. She doesn't know you're there, and she's saying really nice things about you, even though they were not true. Okay? She didn't want them to know that we're arguing. So she would always say that things are going so well. And neither of us was a conscious creator at the time. You know what I mean? So now me, because of male ego, and I can do better, and I can go out and do this and do that, I did not value her at the beginning of our relationship. I took her for granted and almost lost her. All right? I learned a lesson. When we're arguing, we're miserable, but when we're separated and she left the house, went cold. It was completely cold. It was no longer a home. I had no idea how powerful feminine energy was until that day. When she left, the energy of the house dropped. Okay, I have this house, the tiles felt colder, the big screen TVs made no sense. I just switched them off. My heart, it was like there was a hole in my heart. You know what I mean? And I had to admit that I hurt her. And so I knew where she was hiding. So within a few days, I was driving there. I went to the sister's place and I told her, hey, we might have been miserable together, but we're far more miserable apart. Let's just stop this. She was miserable. I was miserable. And I think that's the day we really grew up. We just stopped hurting each other because we knew that we don't really want to be apart. We are soulmates. This was all before I became spiritual. When I became spiritual and realized that it was my energy, I realized what I was doing to the relationship. I realized that I used to say bad things about her, to myself, to my friends, I used to do this, and it would create exactly what I'm saying. Please listen. It really doesn't get any better than this. If you love someone, you always say nice things about them to them. Okay? Tell them how much basically tell them how much you love them every day. Tell them how you appreciate everything they do. When you're alone thinking of them, say, oh my God, I'm so blessed to have her in my life. I'm so blessed to have him in my life. Even if you argued yesterday. Now, ladies have this thing of talking about everything to their friends. He did this and he did that and it hurt me. You're just spreading more negative energy because that person is now going to imagine that things are bad between the two of you. Unless they are seasoned conscious creators, don't do this. You know what I mean? You can get into the flow of only saying, thinking nice things about your spouse. Then you're going to realize that you can sustain a blissful relationship. Me and my loved one have not had a single argument for the past 3, maybe 4 years. I think it's safer to say 3, but it's a bit more than that. Not once. And I know it's because of positive self-talk. It's because I value her. It's because she values me. It's because of the loyalty. It's because of the trust. If you feel you're just about to say something that could hurt your loved one, just realize it's not worth it. It's just not worth it. We live in a world where, unknown to everyone else, love is the biggest problem on the planet. I didn't know this. When I started studying Neville Goddard, I had no clue. I didn't see this state coming. I didn't know that love is the biggest problem on the planet. I didn't. Until I started getting all these requests in my inbox. I have a specific partner I want. I want my ex back. This guy broke my heart. I want to tell you that whatever happened in the past should not define your future, but what you do in the present. Always saying nice things, praising your loved one, appreciating your loved one, or the ex you're trying to get back. It's the same process. Just be consistent. If you're consistent, everything changes and you'll find yourself in a blissful relationship. Non-stop bliss. This also works for inanimate objects. You want your car to function much, much better than everybody else's? Always say nice things about your car. Talk to your car and tell it how much you love it. This works for money, works for everything. Because everything is God in form and God is love. Things flow to where love is. You love someone, they will feel it. Your energy transmits to them. The love, the words you say impress you, but what you impress is expressed somehow. It's telepathically transmitted to the other person, and they find themselves compelled to act in a certain way around you. It's always relative to you. All right? That's all I have to say today. Let me know in the comment section if you'd like me to expound a bit more. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye-bye.